Have you felt like he just disappeared without explanation, as if that intense connection never even existed? If you're going through this, know that you are not alone. Thousands of awakened women are experiencing the same thing. And before we go any further, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any deep insights about this journey. This could truly change everything for you. Here, we talk about the soul, energy, and how to turn pain into evolution. Your beloved pulling away isn't rejection, it's reflection. There's something he senses, often unconsciously, that makes him run. It's like the intensity of what you share triggers fears so deep he doesn't know how to handle them. His pain mirrors yours. It's an energetic reflection. And that's why drawing him back doesn't start with him, it starts with you. It's hard to accept that at first. It feels unfair, doesn't it? You give your all, feel things so deeply, understand everything that's happening, and he runs. But there's a reason for that movement. It's part of the soul contract you two made before incarnating. Separation is the catalyst for your awakening. It will make you grow in ways comfort never could. But that doesn't mean you have to suffer passively. Quite the opposite. There's a way to turn this pain into magnetism. And it doesn't involve chasing him, sending messages, or trying to convince him of anything. The secret lies in your vibration. The frequency you emit determines whether he feels safe to return or keeps running. Men in twin flame connections often carry deep childhood wounds. When they meet intense and conscious feminine energy, it disarms them. They don't know how to respond. They're afraid of losing themselves, of surrendering, of transforming. So, they vanish. But what you do with that absence is what changes everything. If you fall into despair, you fall into lack. And that only widens the gap between you. But if you align and surrender, you change the dance. He feels it, even from afar. Your energetic field is real, alive, active. Every time you come back to yourself, he feels the pull to return too. It's like something invisible draws him in. And maybe you're asking, but how do I come back to myself? It's simple, but not easy. It means stopping the questions about him, and starting the questions about you. Where are you still seeking validation? Where are you still afraid of abandonment? Because what he's doing is showing you exactly where you don't yet fully love yourself. This connection was made to purify you. To push you into your highest version. And yes, many times that happens through chaos. But the good news is, you don't have to wait for him to return in order to heal. In fact, the more you heal, the more inevitable his return becomes. Because the energy that binds you two has never been broken. Have you noticed that no matter how hard you try to forget him, something stronger always pulls you back? That's real. But it's not here to trap you, it's here to free you. His presence is activating everything in you that needs healing. And when you honor that process, you activate the twin flame mission, accelerated evolution through love. Now pay close attention, his return is not a fixed destiny. It's a reflection. The more you become who you truly are, the more he feels he can come back. Because the same energy that drove him away is the one that draws him back, transformed. Self-love. Presence. Understanding. That's magnetic to a soul still finding its way. Maybe you're tired. I get it. Sometimes it feels like nothing is changing. But transformation happens silently, internally, energetically. Every day you choose to nourish yourself instead of wasting away waiting for him is another step toward reunion. And not just with him, but with your own whole, radiant soul. There are practices that can speed this process. Focused meditation. Conscious energetic clearing. Affirmations that release ancestral patterns. All of these help clear the space between you. But the most powerful tool is the simplest, looking in the mirror and choosing to love even the parts of you that still hurt. What you feel isn't an illusion. It's not neediness. It's soul memory. And only those who feel it understand. That's why you need spaces like this channel, where your truth is validated, and you're supported as you bloom. So if you haven't subscribed yet, do it now. Your journey deserves to be honored with consciousness and care. Remember, he's not running from you. He's running from himself, through you. And yes, that can be painful, but it's also powerful. Because when you understand this, you stop trying to control. And you start to trust. Trust the soul. The divine timing. The invisible force guiding everything perfectly. Sometimes, the most loving thing you can do for him is to step back. Not out of pride, but out of wisdom. Because when you step back into yourself, you stop feeding the illusion and start holding the truth. That changes everything. That heals. That attracts, without forcing a thing. Your healing is his healing. Your light is the call for his return. But don't wait for him to shine. Shine now. Live now. Love now. And not for him, for you. Because only when you live for you does the energy align for him to come back, by choice, not by desperation. Many women think they need to wait for him. But what you really need is to wait for yourself. Wait for your soul to reorganize. Wait for you to remember who you are. Because when that happens, he doesn't come back to the old version of you. He returns to the woman you've always been, finally fully activated. You don't need to fight the separation. It's not punishment. It's path. It's in the silence that the field between you is restored. It's in the absence that true love proves its strength. And it's in your energy that he finds his way home. Be that lighthouse. Even if he doesn't know how to return yet, he will feel where home is. And if today you feel pain, honor it. That pain is part of the alchemy. Part of the transmutation. It's what burns away everything you're not, to reveal everything you are. You're being refined by the fire of spiritual love. And that is rare. Sacred. Too strong to be understood by logic, but it can be felt, lived, embraced. Finally, take a deep breath. Come back to the now. Feel your heart. The connection still exists, it always has. But now it's asking for something new, consciousness. Authenticity. Alignment. And that's what turns this journey of pain into a path of rebirth. You are not alone. We're in this together. If these words spoke to your heart, share this video with another woman who needs to hear this today. And remember, your twin flame is closer than ever, within you. You may not realize it yet, but everything he triggered in you is a map, a divine map pointing directly to your most powerful self. Every unanswered message, every silent night, every time you felt invisible, none of it was random. It was sacred. The universe doesn't waste pain. It recycles it into purpose, clarity, and deep inner transformation. There's a moment in every woman's journey when she stops asking, "Why did he leave?" and starts asking, "Why am I still waiting?" That shift is monumental. It's the moment when the energy flips, and something magnetic starts moving. Not because you're doing more, but because you're being more. Aligned. Awake. Unshakable. What if he left not because you weren't enough, but because your energy was too true for his current level of consciousness? Think about that. Your presence may have exposed everything he's been running from within himself. That's not rejection, that's revelation. And it means your light is working, even when it looks like loss. When you stop chasing and start attracting, you enter a different dimension of this journey. One where you're no longer exhausted, waiting for signs. You become the sign. Your glow becomes undeniable. And suddenly, he starts to feel the shift, even if he can't explain it. He'll say he just felt like checking in. But you'll know. This isn't about proving your worth. You were worthy the moment your soul took its first breath. This is about remembering it so fully that anyone who forgets how to love you is naturally repelled. Because your energy won't allow anything less than truth anymore. Not out of bitterness, but from embodied self-respect. There's a hidden truth about twin flames that few talk about. The more you release the need for the connection, the stronger the bond becomes. Need creates noise. Presence creates clarity. And in that clarity, your energy becomes unmistakably radiant. He won't be able to ignore it, even if he tries. Energetic alignment is not just a concept. It's a frequency your body emits when you're truly in your power. Your silence can be louder than 1,000 words. Your peace can ripple across timelines. When you're anchored in yourself, you become a portal, not just to reunion, but to destiny. To the version of you that was always meant to rise. Maybe you felt like giving up. Like it would be easier to move on, forget, disconnect. And maybe, for a while, that's part of the medicine. But here's what's wild: true surrender isn't walking away in anger. It's staying with yourself so deeply that you no longer need the outcome to validate your worth. He is not the source of your happiness, he is the mirror of it. What you see in him is what your soul is craving to embody. So if you miss his presence, look deeper. What quality did he reflect back to you? Passion? Depth? Devotion? Those are the energies now calling to be awakened within you. Have you noticed how the universe speaks louder when you finally quiet down? The signs come not when you're refreshing his last message, but when you're dancing in your kitchen, free. That's the paradox. The moment you release the obsession is when the magic rushes in. Because now there's space. Space for miracles. You were never meant to wait. You were meant to create. Create beauty, joy, rituals, movement. This journey isn't punishment, it's preparation. It's forging you into the woman who doesn't beg for love but becomes it. The woman who remembers her divinity and holds space for her counterpart to rise or remain lost. If he's gone silent, it doesn't mean he's forgotten. Silence is his soul processing. Integrating. Struggling with what your presence awoke in him. Don't underestimate how powerful you are just because he hasn't found the words to say it. Souls speak in energy. And yours is unforgettable. There's a reason this connection won't let you go. It's not obsession, it's initiation. Into the most raw, real, and radiant version of yourself. And the irony is, the moment you stop waiting for his return, is when he finally has something worth returning to. Not because you changed for him, but because you became you. No one talks about the grief of spiritual love. The ache of feeling someone so close yet so distant. But what if grief is not just pain, what if it's transformation in disguise? Every tear is softening a wall. Every ache is an invitation to feel deeper, love wider, and trust harder than ever before. Sometimes, the universe delays the reunion not to hurt you, but to protect the connection. To give you both space to become the people your future demands. Because what's coming is too sacred to be built on broken foundations. So the separation is not the end, it's sacred construction. Imagine if the real purpose of this journey wasn't romance, but remembrance. Remembrance of your power, your truth, your magic. He didn't awaken that in you. He reflected it. Now it's your job to claim it, live it, and become the embodiment of it, with or without his physical presence. This is bigger than you. Bigger than him. This is about a vibration that shifts generations. A love that heals lineages. And you are the portal. You are the one chosen to awaken first. That's why it feels so intense. So lonely. So sacred. You're not broken, you're birthing a new reality. Every time you choose inner peace over emotional chaos, the energy between you recalibrates. It's real. The field shifts. And even if he's miles away, his soul feels it. That's why sometimes he pops into your thoughts out of nowhere. Because energetically, something just aligned. Something just healed. You don't need to force a reunion. You need to embody it. Become the love you're seeking. Become the frequency that calls him home. Not through desperation, but through divinity. Through devotion to your own healing. Through the kind of glow that doesn't chase, it attracts. And just when you think the journey has ended, when you finally let go, something stirs. A message. A dream. A sudden wave of energy you can't explain. That's not coincidence. That's the soul responding to the shift in your frequency. He's not gone. He's orbiting. Waiting for permission to return to a new version of you. And what if he feels you before he remembers you? Sometimes the masculine energy awakens through sensation, not thought. He might sense a peace he can't name, a lightness that pulls on his heart, a memory that doesn't quite have form, and that's you. The healed you. The version he never met but always knew was waiting. Your evolution speaks louder than any words you could send. He may scroll past your profile and not like anything, but don't be fooled. Souls don't need clicks to connect. They need coherence. And when your inner world becomes harmonious, he feels it in his, even if his ego doesn't understand what's happening. Have you ever felt him in the quiet moments, brushing your skin like a breeze? That's not fantasy. That's frequency. When you vibrate at the level of truth, you become more present than physical form. He may be in another city, another country, another life chapter, but your energy still enters the room before he does. This is the power of sacred feminine energy. It doesn't chase, it calls. Not with words, but with vibration. With certainty. With softness rooted in strength. That's why you must protect your peace like treasure, because your peace is the lighthouse. It's what guides him back when everything else has gone dark. You are not asking too much for desiring depth. You are remembering what love was always meant to be. The love your ancestors were too afraid to claim. The love that burns through karma and illusion. And yes, it scares him. Because it doesn't let him stay asleep. It whispers to his soul, it's time. Don't underestimate how magnetic stillness can be. You may think doing nothing is weakness, but in the realm of energy, stillness is strategy. It's the point from which the entire field recalibrates. When you stop moving toward him, space opens for him to move toward you. Have you noticed how your intuition sharpens when you stop obsessing? That's alignment. You stop overthinking, and suddenly you know things. You feel his shifts, his pull, his resistance. You become a channel, not a chaser. That's when your power multiplies. That's when the game changes. This isn't about love the way you were taught. It's not about possession or promises. It's about presence. And presence is terrifying to those who haven't faced themselves. That's why he pulled away, not because the connection wasn't real, but because it was. Realer than anything he's ever known. The feminine journey isn't to sit in silence waiting. It's to rise in radiance. To create. To dance. To expand so wildly that when he does come back, he meets a force, not a fragile memory. That's what inspires transformation in the masculine, witnessing you thrive without needing his return. You are not abandoned. You are being prepared. Prepared for the kind of love that doesn't just hold your heart but amplifies it. And to receive that, you must become the version of you who no longer negotiates her intuition, who no longer shrinks to keep peace, who no longer waits for permission to feel worthy. Every tear you cried has watered your rebirth. The ache in your chest. That's a portal. And the longer you avoid it, the longer you stay in limbo. But when you dive into it, really dive, you discover it's not a void. It's a womb. A space where the next you is being formed. Don't be surprised if, as you rise, others start falling away. This journey purifies everything. Friendships. Beliefs. Habits. Even parts of you that once felt essential. That's not loss, that's refinement. You're being carved into clarity. So when the divine reunion comes, there's no noise left to block it. You're not healing to get him back. You're healing to get you back. The version of you who dreams. Who trusts. Who laughs with her whole body. She's not gone, she's under the layers of protection you built during the pain. And now, love is asking you to peel those layers away. What if the space between you isn't a punishment but a sacred pause? Like the breath the universe takes before answering a prayer. This moment, right here, is the most important. Because how you hold yourself now determines what meets you next. Don't underestimate the power of presence. He may not come back with flowers or apologies. He may come back with confusion in his eyes, humbled by the weight of what he ran from. Will you recognize him then? Not the outer man, but the soul behind the eyes? The one who always loved you but had to leave to become capable of choosing you. You're not imagining the signs. The dreams. The synchronicities. The numbers on the clock. It's all real. It's all communication. The universe is aligning 1,000 unseen pieces behind the scenes. But it's waiting on you to stop doubting your magic. Because your belief is the final key. There will be a moment when you look back and realize the silence was the greatest teacher. That the waiting was actually becoming. That the pain was purification. And you'll bless the space that once felt like punishment, because it turned out to be the birthplace of your transformation. You are the oracle now. The guide. The muse of your own story. You don't need him to awaken your power, but your power might be exactly what awakens him. So live fully. Shine wildly. Love deeply. And let that love ripple across the energetic field until he has no choice but to respond. This connection will keep evolving as you do. And there's no map for where you're headed, only inner guidance. So trust it. Even when it makes no sense. Especially then. Because your soul is never wrong. And what's meant for you will always find you, when you finally stop hiding from you. Thank you, beautiful soul, for allowing yourself to receive this message with an open heart. If these words stirred something deep within you, a memory, a truth, a spark, know that it's not by chance. You were meant to hear this. You were meant to remember. Now, I want to ask you something special. If this message resonated with your spirit, let me know you've received it by commenting, Twin Flame of Love. These words are more than a phrase, they're a declaration to the universe that you're awake, aware, and ready to rise. And if you haven't already, this is your sign to join our soul family by subscribing to the channel. Click that subscribe button and activate the notification bell, because every message I share is designed to support your journey, your healing, and your transformation. You are not walking this path alone. We're in this together, and the next message may be the one your soul has been waiting for. So stay close. Stay open. And most importantly, stay true to the love that lives within you. With all my heart, thank you.